everyone, today we are taking Newton's law of gravitation under this gravitation unit. So now what is the Newton's law of gravitation? That's according to Newton, the force of attraction. Keep in your mind, it is always attractive force acting between two bodies. Always you will take two bodies, okay, is directly proportional to the product of their masses. If m1 and m2 their masses, so then force between these two bodies will exert in this form, which will be directly proportional to the product of masses m1 and m2, and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. Suppose r is the distance between these two bodies, so then it is found that this force, gravitational force, is inversely proportional to the square of the distance, that is the f is inversely proportional to 1 upon r square. Now if you will combine these these equations, so f is proportional to m1 m2 upon r square. When you will remove this proportionality constant, so here you will write equal to sign, but here some constant will come, and this constant may be different for different physical quantity. So now here in this case, this constant is known as your gravitational constant. It is always represented by capital G, not small g. So F is equal to G m1 m2 upon r square. It is the Newton's law of gravitation. This is the formula. Now this force act इन द पेयर कि जितनी फोर्स ये यहाँ पे यहाँ के लिए लगा रही है, वैसे ही एक बॉडी यहाँ से यहाँ के लिए भी लग रही, तो ये पेयर में लगेगी. इट मीन्स ये एक्शन रिएक्शन फोर्स को भी फॉलो करेगी. अब इस ग्रेविटेशनल वैल्यू कांस्टेंट जो होती है, इसकी वैल्यू 1 होना ऐसा ज़रूरी नहीं है. कितनी होगी, इसकी यूनिट क्या होगी? सो फॉर यूनिट यू कैन टेक this r square this side, so fr square upon m1 m2. So here it will come that g is equal to fr square upon m1 m2. Force unit Newton meter square upon kg square. It is the unit of your gravitational constant. Now another important thing, this gravitational constant is known as universal gravitational constant. Why? ये दोनों जो हमने बॉडीज़ ली हैं m1 m2, इनको हम चाहे यहाँ पे रखें, चाहे पानी के अंदर रख दें, चाहे किसी भी मीडियम में रख दें, मतलब चारों ओर इसके चाहे हम वैक्स भर दें, लेकिन डिस्टेंस वही मेंटेन कर रहे हैं, मासेस वही ले रहे हैं, तो लॉ ऑफ ग्रेविटेशन के हिसाब से हमेशा फोर्स इतनी ही आएगी, क्योंकि ग्रेविटेशनल कांस्टेंट की वैल्यू डिपेंड नहीं करती कि आपके इसके बीच में एयर है, वैक्यूम है, वैक्स है, ऑयल है, वॉट एवर बी मीडियम इज देयर. सिमिलरली इफ you are doing nowadays, and if you will do the same experiment in winter, or if you will do anywhere where the minus temperature is there, this value will not change, always it will come same. It means it is independent of temperature, it is independent of medium, okay. And then here one thing more, it is independent of the nature of the particle also, कि किस तरीके का हम पार्टिकल ले रहे हैं, उससे इस पर कोई लेना देना नहीं है. सो इट इज़ द रीज़न दिस इज़ नोन एज योर यूनिवर्सल ग्रेविटेशन कांस्टेंट. सो व्हाई इट इज़ कॉल्ड यूनिवर्सल ग्रेविटेशन कांस्टेंट? की वर्ड इज़ देयर कि दैट इट इज़ द इंडिपेंडेंट ऑफ द नेचर ऑफ द पार्टिकल्स, then temperature, medium, etc. Therefore it is called your universal constant, okay. So it is known as your universal gravitational constant. Now one more question generally asked in a small question, what is the value of g? If you will take 1 kg here, distance you are taking 1 meter, then it is found that the g value was coming 6.67 10 to the power minus 11. That is the value of g. You will write experimental value of this, okay. So what we have learned here, what are the properties, what is the important thing here? It is always attractive force, it is a weak in force, directly proportional to the product of masses, but inversely proportional to the square of the distance, okay. Then one thing more very important, that's just try to understand कि before that properties always attractive, productive, proportional to product of masses, then inversely proportional to the square of distance. Then one more important point is significant between heavenly body. What I told you, here always you will take it two bodies. These two bodies may be very light body, point mass, also point mass whose dimension you cannot compare, it's too much small. Then here masses that we are taking, then what will happen if we will take very ordinary masses 1 kg, then what will happen, m1 m2 1 kg, then r is 1 meter we are putting, then F is coming that the equal to the gravitational constant. This is the 6.6 10 to the power minus 11 Newton. Now suppose one body you are choosing Earth, another you are taking Moon. Then here you will take mass of Earth, another here you will take mass of Moon. And distance between these two you will take. So here what are the value? Moon mass, moon of mass, that is the mass of the moon is 7.36 10 to the power 22. Mass of the earth is in the 20 to the power 24, that is the our heavenly body, and distance between these two is 3.8 10 to the power 8. If you will substitute here value, capital G value, m1, m2 and distance this square, then you will see 2 into 10 to the power 20 Newton, which is very greater than if you will compare to ordinary body. It is the reason I said it is significant between the heavenly body but is insignificant between two ordinary body. I hope so this is clear. Thank you.